Hello future tech leaders, I'm Sindhuja. Based on my own experience, I know that learning the right skills can shape our future. What if I say learning was as thrilled as the tech world itself? There we go. A CloudFoundation, that's exactly what you will experience. From day one, you will be immersed in the interactive sessions and expert-led courses that covers most of the widely used technologies in the zone of data science to cloud computing, which brings more light to the life of a techie. I'm so excited to help you and unlock the true potential of a technology. Well, then why to wait? Let's see what it unfolds.
Let's discuss how we can create an actionable analytic record. First of all, we need to understand why any action required on the analytic record. Let's say, just imagine, right? You went to a company, you are an auditor, right? You are an auditor, right? Now you work for a company, that company name is Delart. What is the company name? Delart. There is a company called JRock. Right? They are using Saviynt for their internal lifecycle management purpose, or for the SOX compliance. They are using Saviynt as a tool. And this Saviynt, right, it has been integrated with your application like a D, and they have application integrated with DB. And they have some application held up and service now. Because these all are their managed application like your target application and the trusted system they have worked at. Right, where all these users are getting onboarded to Saviynt, and Saviynt is managing the life cycle of the user. Now, as an auditor, right, always remember in the real time, all the company, they give the auditing to the external auditor. Why? If they refer their internal auditor, they can be settled or they can do some malfunctioning because the internal people might be a part of the threat, right? You don't know who is good and who is bad in the internal company. Because everybody might be involved in a scam, right? This guy, let's say 1,000 employees there. You trust one guy and you give the audit to this person. And that person might do a scam. That is why, in the real time, what happened? Company like J-Rocks or any other company, they give the auditing part of third-party company that there will be no link between this worker and this auditor, like people who are working and they can do the audit without any partiality. Now this Deloitte auditor, you as a person, right, you went for the audit to this company and you ask the report. Whoever is there in the managed directory, everything, give me the report, right? Who are part of who the data or the Saviynt, the user are inactive, but their account are still active. Now you found two user who is not there in Saviynt. They have already moved on to different company, but still they have access to A, D and DB. Now let me know what you should do. You find a user who is not there. He's already removed. Earlier, he was a part of Saviynt. He joined like company HR on board the user and they onboard to Saviynt. They are a part of Saviynt. They were not there. They were doing their job, but they got another opportunity and they leave your company. Somehow this user is moved from here. This user at Saviynt, it is moved from here, but still they are present here. Now tell me what action you should do now. If this is not there, at least you should remove their account now, right? You should remove their account now from A, D and DB. How you came to know? You run a report as today, right? in Analytic. Writing a query, you run a report. In that report, you cast right. There are 2 persons who are still active in the target application. And these target application are their account and their user is already gone. Now I need to deprovision this to account. Through the report only. Through the report only, I need to deprovision this to account. That we have to do it now. Now let's open the report and see how we can do it in an actionable report. If I go to the analytic right, what was the report name? It is traditionally created in active user having active account right. If I go to this report, run history, I believe this is the report, right? We saw there are 2 reports, 2 users who are part of the analytic report. And these 2 users, we caught it up or we cast this to user. These 2 users already, they are inactive in save event, but still they are active in the target application. Now what you can do? You have to deprovision their account, right? For deprovisioning the account, we need to prepare the report again. How I can repair the report? Let's have a look. I'll again go to your analytic menu. What is this? Why this is coming? I don't know. Go to analytic again. We'll be landed off in the analytic configurators list. Open the report. Simply, I can create a new report. Instead of that, I'm editing this report only. Open this report, end it down, click on edit. Once you click on edit, I'll be taking an action. What is the action? I'll be mentioning an action here. That is why it is called an actionable report. Deprovision will be C right. Deprovision, depro right. Deprovision account. I wrote it. This action I'm trying to take it. Now, if you try to save it, you will get another error. See what it is telling. Results must have a column account key. A 6th key should be, there is a column. This column is missing for us. Why this key is required? When I'm telling I need to deprovision account. That means if I go to my report or the notepad here, what I told the user was not presenting here. The ABC user was not present here, but he's active in your active directory and DB. That means his account is present in AD and in database. When I say their account is present, definitely this account will have a key, right, or not. In the target system, whether it is AD or whether it is DB, all the accounts store with a unique identifier. What is that unique identifier? That is account key. You write in unique identifier is other card, right? If you're an Indian citizen, your other card, your bank card, right? All this thing, it is unique for you. The same way, if I try to recognize you or I try to, you can pretend to be anybody, right? You can give any name. Let's say you say, I have a different, my name is Lala. But how I'll trust you unless I see your other card, right? That is how if a DB, in the DB there is a lot of account. The account is stored using a primary key or a unique value that is your account key. When I say you had 2 accounts or the ABC user had an account AD and database which is still active. Now I need to remove their account. I need to refer their account key. Based on their account key only, I can delete them because that is the unique mandatory key. That is why this report right or this analytic report it is asking, boss, you are missing a mandatory column account key. I'll be mentioning this account key. This will copy this. If you go back right, if you read the report or just scroll it down. What do you see here? Or let me copy this query to the notepad right. This is your query. What is the query? Is telling right. This query is telling I'm getting the user right. But here see, you don't have any SCT key right. Account key is not there. I said account key where it is coming from your accountable right. Account key will be coming from your accountable. Same way user key will come. User key will come from user. If I go to this environment, my environment, let me open any other one. Keep this side, we'll come back to here. Now for a minute or for a second, go to the other tab, go to admin. Go to this folder, drop it or expand it. Go to your security system. Right? And if I open my active demo, go to endpoint, open the endpoint. Now, if you go to the account right, if I go to the account, let me open any of the account. See where it went. After eCMM, it is going to accountable right. Inside accountable, this is your account key. Basically, the report is asking for this account key only right. And this account key, it is coming from your account table. Like this. I told you many times right. Where the user is coming. If I go open any user, see it is coming for users table. And what is your? This one is your user key. Same way, we have the account key right. And this account key, it is coming from your accounts table. Now the report is asking me to include the account key. How I can do select a dot account key as a CCT key. I'm giving you alias name. You must have alias name, right? Everybody has alias name to call that. It is asking alias key, right? If I take this account now, let me copy the report again and go it back. Let me go to the other tab and paste it here. I include a key. Select a dot account key as a CCT key, right? If I try to now update it, let's see what we're getting. See, there is no error, right? It asked me to include the account key. Let me include the account key as well and submit the report. Now I'll go run now. Obviously, I'll get 2 records as we saw yesterday. These 2 records right are the orphan or the orphan account because their account user is inactive. Inactive user but acting account is active. Now let me go to the run history. In the run history, open this tab. Once you open the user right, because this is your analytic history dashboard, you see everything here. Now I'll be taking action from here only in the report only. I saw there is a user, the username is 2520. First name is, last name is this. This Bali, he's already active in my target application. What should I do? I will revoke this access. We'll drop down. See, I mentioned a thing, deprovision account as action right. Click on this. Once you click, it will ask why you are doing this. You need a justification, right? I said user is already disabled or the user is not active in Saviynt. but this user has an active or valid account. Giving the reason, I click on save. What? See, it is still giving the command. Immediately, when I did this, and remove task would be triggered. Let's see whether the remove task triggered or not. Copy this user. I'll go to any other tab. Let me go to this tab. Us. Now go to the pending task. If I give the username here, search it. You see the remove access task got triggered, right? Active Directory. Where it got raised. Today, June 23, right? Now, if I process this task, right, let me process the task itself now. Job Control Panel. Go to the DB job, start it. Give the security system name as Active Directory Demo. Show more option, right? Remove account. Let me add remove access and submit it. What happened? This is for which application? Active Directory. Active Directory account, it is not in place. That's why I cannot take any action. This is not my application. It was already there in the previous application. If I try to remove also, it will fail because you don't have a proper system. We have to leverage any other user or application. If I take this API test 3, right? Or if I recursion this one, let me see for which application this account has. Now it is process light. Let me copy the username 2557. Go to your pending task. Test it, refresh it. Even this is for your Active Directory security system. Active Directory is not there. The connection is not there. I can do one thing. I can create another scenario where I will get an orphan account. The user is inactive, but their account is active. Let me generate the scenario or create the scenario first. Day-to-day basis, we have imported a lot of users. This user also, if I open, it will have there is no account. I think we provisioned many accounts, right? What I can do? I can go directly to my security system, open Active Directory Demo. Go to Endpoint Active Directory Demo, right? Go to Account and let's see what else account I have created. The Kapak, right? Let me see. Oh, this is Jan March user, right? If I copy this user, right? Let me right click, duplicate, go to admin here, go to add in repository, go to users. Open this user now. This Jan March user, if I open it, go to account. He has an Active Directory Demo active application, right? Now what I'll do? I'll go ahead. This Jan March user, right? I will simply mark him as inactive and this user will get catch or this user will come up in my report now. Scroll down, simply write. Make it as an inactive. Once you make inactive, scroll down and update it. Now once the update happen, if I go to my detail thing, right? I'll scroll back. Again, I'll open this report, right? Or I'll run this report now. Copy the report name. Go to Analytic Configuration List. Go back, open the report. Click Run. Run now. Once you run now, let's see it gives total 5 records saved. Now write. If I open, go run history right. Click on this 5 number. Now you saw this Jan March user is also part of this one, right? I'll mark this user as inactive now. Go and deprovision account, right? Mark it, give some random comment and save it. Once you give that for this user, what is the username? 22, right? It would have triggered a task for this user. Let me open it, right? See, it got the charge generated. Now what I can do? I can process this task. If I simply go to Job Control panel and scroll down, your provisioning job, right? Click on Start. I choose your Active Directory demo. Give here. Remove account, remove access everything. It will remove and submit it. Once you submit back, the job will run. Let's wait for a minute. And let's give a minute wait for the job to finish. The job is finished. Now let me go to the pending task. It's a process or not? I think it didn't process at all. What happened? Let me see. Let me grab the log now, right? And see what happened. If you go to the log, let me give you 1,000-line rate. Scroll down. And let's see what happened. This is your UI access. If I go down, it seemed the job never ran. Or adjacent task only. You can UI task. First job ended here. If I scroll down, let's see what happened. Total record process 1. It is telling if I go above what happened. Let's see. Somewhere it failed here. Error passing JSON. I believe remove access we have or not. That's why it didn't process or not. You must have object JID or object side present for account attribute as a reconciliation field. It is telling clearly object JID and object side present as an account attribute as a reconciliation field. I have given that right or not given. It's throwing a little error for me. What should I do now? Basically, when you try to find out a unique record, right? If I try to remove access, let's say I'm trying to remove this record, right? This record, if it tried to find in the target application, what is my target application? This is my target ad, right? This target ad. If I try to remove the record, that record has a unique value. What is that unique value? If I open any of the user and you see the unique value, it is telling this is my unique value, object JID. He's telling boss, I consider this object jet as a unique value for this particular task to complete. If you want to remove it, it will come here in my target system, and based on this attribute, it will try to find it out. Let's say this task what? I'm trying to remove it from activity demo, right? It has the object JID ending with 25. That means it is not matching, right? It will go and try to find whose object JID is 24. But the object GATE itself, it is missing in our JSON code. That is why it is not able to accommodate it. In this case, what should I do? I should go to the connection, open my Active Directory demo. Let me type demo Active Directory demo. If you go to account attribute section, right? Account underscore attribute, right? If you scroll down or copy the things, come back. It is telling one attribute is missing. That is your object JID. But I believe object JIDit is there, but this is not considered as a reconciliation field. This reconciliation field, it is not there. Type recon. Nothing is there, right? That's why it is failing. This attribute must have a reconciliation field. For the reconciliation field, let me try to search it. This is new 7. Right, if I go to AD.json. See, this is your account importation, and we have missed to place a reconciliation field. Reconciliation field, based on that attribute, it used to communicate while sending the data. What does it mean if this is my active directory and this is my Saviynt in between? If you want to talk right, you need a unique attribute. And that attribute, it is telling object JID. I should mention it too. While I'm sending a data in between this person, I should have a reconciliation field. That reconciliation field, I believe. Let me search in the here. Type rec. See, there is attribute called reconciliation field. Let me copy this attribute. I'll simply copy the value and I'll mark it as an object JID in my code. Now you come back, go to here, simply type it here. And reconciliation field, it is asking it should be object JID, right? Copy this value. Replace it with this value. Now this reconciliation field, I'll be putting it right under here or in the end. If you want to separate, you have to give double colon and type it. Reconciliation field is object JID. Now copy the whole thing. Copy. Come back. Go to your account attribute. Paste it again. If I scroll down here, see in the end date is telling the reconciliation field must be mandatory and it is referring to your custom property 7. Right. And this custom property 7, they're leveraging with a distinguished name. But in our case, it is asking object JID for our right reconciliation field. That is why I have given object JID. Now, if you scroll down right, save and test. Successful. Now let me process this task again. Go to Job Control panel. Scroll down. Go to Visiting Job. Action Start. Type here Active Directory Demo. Right here. Give all the things like remove access, or I'll give remove access only. Now submit it. Let the job run again and let's see what it is doing. Let's give a minute. Now, Sutai, You understood what is the use of reconciliation field, right? My target system is this Active Directory, and this type system has a link I have integrated with this application. Remember when we send a letter or to an invitational placard, right? To our home or to a different location, is somebody sending to us. If you remember the old days when we were child and when we used to being a student, right? People used to send us the invitational letter or a greetings card with our name but mentioning a care of address. Why the care of address is required? Because ourself alone it is. We are not identifiable, right? We as a child, nobody knows in our village. The care of statement. That is why we can care of like my father name will be there. If I have mentioned my father name to be in my address, everybody can recognize it. That is why we require two unique attributes here. One is our name. Because my father has another child, right, whom that letter is. That's what I also mentioned. First it will be my name, and that there will be care of address. Again another unique attribute we need. What is that? Our home address, right? Because in my village there might be many houses are there. To which house the address should come? There might be different person with my father name might be living in my area, right? That is why while you are doing a recon, it is asking a number of attribute to be unique. Like your object, ID object, the city or distinguished name, right? These are the some of the mandatory attribute it is taking. The job is finished now. Let's just grab the log again. If I go to funding task, refresh it, let's see what happens. Oh, still it is present. It's not processed. And what is the error? This time it is asking. Let me scroll down and see what it is asking. The job is finished here. Right. And the team both working together. If you scroll down, scroll above, let's see what error. Total liquid process 1. And we got some error in the top. Let's see what is the error. Error in passing the JSON. It is telling select if you were from endpoint, attribute if you were at a. You must have an object to your object. CD present in account attribute reconciliation field. I have mentioned this one, right? Then why this error again? I am processing which application here. Let me just have a look. Do I make any mistake? If I go down Active Directory Demo, right? Active Directory Demo. If I go to the Security System Active Directory Demo, the provisioning connection and connection. Both are Active Directory Demo only. This Active Directory Demo connection, right? Account attribute is there. Any other attribute? Those are missing here. No, right? This is in the place. This remove account or accesses and might be this is causing issue. And the account is removed. But I am not moving to any other. You can keep it like blank. Not required. You see comms event. They say comms event. Account is correct. And this is your creator congestion. This is fine. This is your account attribute right. Scroll down. And the conciliation field. I believe we have to mention some status. Let's see what attribute I'm mentioning here. The reconciliation field. How it is mentioned. I have given in your double code. Let me search it. Account underscore attribute right. If I go down. How this happened? It's not coming properly right. Let me go ahead and search directly in the document portal. And I'll mention Saviynt. Saviynt certified connector. And if I open up, what does the connector name? Saviynt certified connector. And if I open up, what does the connector name Saviynt certified connector? This is your Active Directory. Open the Active Directory connector. In the Active Directory. Right. This is Active Directory overview, preparing integration. Configuring, integrating for importing account and access. Configuring the integration provisioning on deep flow visioning accounts. Configuring the integration mapping Active Directory. This will be basically your importing account and access. Click here. Let me go down. What we have? Let's see. Here, let me scroll down to lab here. Connection. This is your connection parameter. Let me give a space. I was searching for account and attribute value right. This is if I scroll down. Configuring account and access. Scroll down, defining search filter, fetching account. This is your required time. Mapping account attribute right. Here we have mentioned the conciliation field as custom property 26. 26 is which is referring JD. Object GD is getting stored in 26. And they have referred the conciliation field of custom property 26. Directly, they are not referring. First, they are storing this object GYD in a custom property 26. And from custom property 26, they are storing it. I got the point. What we are doing, the error now if I go to the portal. Right. Here we mentioned, we copied the thing right. This JSON. I have mentioned object GWeight object is said it is scoring custom property 26. Because you know I am deprovisioning this access right. Here I am trying to remove from Saviynt to my Apache directory. The object GYD, it is present in my access now. But now, if I direct refer to this object GYD attribute, it doesn't know about it, right? It has already stored in one of the custom property that is 26. What I have to do now, instead of this object GYD, it is referring to your custom property 26. Copy this and replace with this value. Ultimately, I am referring to your object GYD. If I copy this and let me go to the connection. This is your account attribute now, right? Let me remove this and paste it. And scroll down and save the test connection. If I run the job again, let me run the job again. And scroll down, start it. And type your accurate demo. And this is your remove access. I'm giving and submit it. If you see for this user right, 2522. If I open this user, we go to the other tab. Or I can go to this tab, go to user. And this user 25662, right? Go to your account. Go to Active Directory account, right? Go to other attribute. See, it is asking for this attribute, object. And this object GUID it is storing in custom property 26. When you try to remove the access, right? When you try to remove this access, it is referring actually this attribute. It will go, try to find this attribute in my target application. Then you will try to remove. But if directly I'll mention, right? If directly I'll be mentioning this object, attribute, object is ID. This object is not stored anywhere. It is stored under your custom property 26 only. I have to refer this attribute to different region. Now let's say the job is stopped. Let me grab the log again. Now go to pending test and refresh it. Oh, strange. Take it as that. Why it is not processing? The job, let it stop. It stopped here. It's telling job count is 1. Go to level versus 1. And what is the error we got? Some value are missing. It is telling why it is again asking for the reconciliation field that I have already mentioned, right? Objects ID. If I go to activate, right? Custom property 6. Oh, how I mentioned. See, there is error. You see, can you recognize the error? Can you grab the error or see the error? See, it is mentioned in a double code, right? Double code. You see the double code. But I have mentioned, maybe mistake, it is a single code. It should be double code. Reconciliation phase is custom property 26. And I believe finally it will process my file on the job. Now we came to know it is silly mistake also can make a bigger problem. Submit. Let me grab the log quickly, and that's. I grab the log and I click on the refresh. Still it didn't process. What happened? Is it joking with me? What is the error here? Converter exception. Second, where I'm mentioning the first, I'm storing the custom property 26. It will be conciliation field. Or after that the customer can go to the same object. Object Zodi tree after mentioning I was mentioning it is a binary attribute. I believe I am mentioning the data item for this object Zodi or a CD. That might not my. That is why it is coming soon. Object Zodi has mentioned as a binary right. And it is already there. The conciliation field I mentioned as a double quote custom property 26. And after comma custom property 26, only trying as an object Zodi and binary. If I assume currently there is a cross line happening. This object Zodi binary, it should come later maybe. First, it gives me the conciliation phase is custom property 26. I then consider as in custom property 26, then custom property 6 is acting as a object Zodi binary. Obj. Right. Has by. This is how I am mentioned. Let me see how they have defined here. After that they're giving comma right. One attribute maybe. Let me see display name. String comma created on this is comma. This is comma. Somewhere here I have missed the comma I believe. Custom property 6. This is one attribute. Status user can control account number. The sequence is in field which is coming right here. This is the problem. It should be a comma should be there. And this attribute shouldn't be there. I mentioned the conciliation field. This is a single attribute, right? You are correct only. The reconciliation field. After that count 26, comma and from here custom property 26. I'm mentioning object Zorodi as a binary. There is a misplace over here. Now I think it is correct. only status double colon. User account type is number, reconciliation field double colon, and the control custom property 26 and custom property double colon as a by object as a binary. Now if I try this all only type of, that's why it is always referred to the copy paste instead of typing anything. If we keep on typing, a lot of error will occur. Even the small capital spelling also make a problem. That's why while copying the sample, we shouldn't type anything. What else? Hello, please welcome. Let me search this. Hopefully this time it should come. Let's see. Let me grab the log and directly go to the log instead of checking the pending task. If I go here, it is telling like total equal process 1 as usual. If we scroll down, oh, still there is some characters missing at character 0 of what Gale comes and passes and passing. Some error there in the. Now the error is a different one, not the same one. Distinct C in equal to general C and equal to DC equal to come to say. As a result, we say exit phase attribute. Error in error with exception. Exception passing JSON. Missing the element character 0. This JSON has some mistake, I believe. That is what it's telling. If I copy it properly, let me put it and let's see where I'm doing the mistake. Somewhere it is missing actually. Then this way we cannot attempt to know here, to just make it a proper alignment. Then only we can get to know where we're missing. I may missing any comma or anything. It will catch up easily. Now there is no error in the JSON-like object ready, but some character. It is missing, passing the JSON. This is your end. And what we missed? The constellation field is custom proper 26. 26 is object GYD binary. This is your end. And this is your start. Company is lost. Has a string. I think all is there. Then why this error is coming when removing only? Somewhere it is missing something. If I look at the word J, there is nothing right syntax. My current with the restriction, and this may be a student who isn't a field of accounts. Account ID is mentioned properly. Write account ID with the distinguished name. Is it there right? Account ID. I can't ready with distinguished name. It is my property and the type is string. Only the reconciliation field that is, there. Reconciliation. And reconciliation field with custom property 26. Whatever, that doesn't matter actually. Objd binary has binary. That is the proper. The conciliation field custom property 26, custom property 26 again acting as a GYD has binary. This is, I believe, correct only. This custom property 26 belongs to my account attributed. If I go right, I showed the account right. This is my custom property 26. Basically, here I am storing the object GYD. First here it is correct. No worries. And this is your account details like name, username, comments. Right. Endpoint, everything is correct. What I believe, if I scroll the log, it is throwing error in passing the JSON. Missing value at character 0 of at Grail's conversion. Pass to 83. It's not exactly giving which line there is coming. If I go ahead, there is no error. Here also, that means the JSON itself, it is not getting kicked. That is why the problem is coming. We'll add that attribute, get destination value, scene equal to genome, scene equal to users, comma DC equal to com, comma DC equal to Saviynt. This is the distinguished name. This is the same. Distinguished name is correct. There is no error or nothing else. If I go back to the error and select with that from and point on the point value, error.lol DAP Saviynt group A and DAP service exception. Here it is somewhere throwing the exception. I'll uncheck the exception. What? Where it is failing, then I'll come back to you. Maybe it will take some time to me to, grab the error. Mostly something I'm missing in the JSON, I believe. See this inside update provision tries. It came to now only. Somewhere it will be inside. Get attribute using get inside get attribute using get or SID method. This is SID or object jitter. It is causing some issue. After that, only it went and it failed. Connection, it is getting activated. Calling provisioning account access. With security system, it got. And it got the username. CGen. And all the errors. Task also 985, right? This task also it found. After there only. It failed when it went to inside the get attribute using get or sid method. This get sid has a problem, or else I have to pass it. Any other value maybe? That's my API problem. And finally, do not forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel.